The only reason she is alive right now is because a stranger decided to take his trash out at 1:30 in the morning. This is her story. One night she decided to walk back to her dorm alone at 1:30 in the morning through a city she barely knew. Within minutes, she realized she had made a terrible mistake. The streetlights were mostly broken. Trash lined the gutters. The houses on either side were boarded up and falling apart. Loud arguments bleeding through the walls from inside. She was completely alone in the worst part of the city in the middle of the night. She walked faster. Then she heard it. A car behind her, slowing down, not passing her, not stopping. Just crawling along at exactly her pace, staying right behind her for an entire block. She forced herself to look. 5 men inside. She looked away and kept walking, heart pounding. Every instinct she had screaming at her to do something. But what? She reached an intersection. The car accelerated, pulled up beside her, made a left turn, and stopped directly in her path. She stopped walking. The car was right there, blocking the entire street in front of her, engine running, 5 men inside, nowhere for her to go. And her mind went completely blank. Not panic, not a plan forming, just nothing. Pure white fear where every thought should be. She understood in that moment why animals freeze. Running was pointless. They had a car. There was nowhere to go. No version of this where she got away on foot. So she just stood there, staring at them. She doesn't know how long she stood there. Time stopped making sense. It could have been 10 seconds. It could have been 2 minutes. She genuinely couldn't tell you. A man stepped outside, completely casual, carrying a bag of trash. Just a guy taking out his garbage at 1:30 in the morning. The car was gone before he even made it to the curb. No hesitation, no looking back. Taillights disappearing around the corner like they had never been there. And she completely fell apart right there on the sidewalk. Shaking, crying, every emotion her frozen body had been holding back flooding out all at once. The man noticed her. He didn't ask questions, just took her inside, handed her a soda, waited while she stopped shaking long enough to explain what happened. His roommate was home too. Both of them listened. Both of them were kind. When she was ready, they walked her all the way back to her dorm and waited until she was safely inside. They told her they did stand-up comedy, invited her to their show. She was too young to get into the bar. She never saw them again. Doesn't even remember their names. She thinks about that night constantly, about how perfectly everything had to align for her to be okay. That specific street, that specific car, that specific moment she froze. And a stranger who randomly decided that 1:30 in the morning on a Saturday was the perfect time to take out his trash. 1 minute earlier and she would have already passed. 1 minute later and whatever those men planned would have already started. She never walks alone at night anymore. And somewhere out there is a man who has absolutely no idea that taking his trash out saved a teenage girl's life. She never forgot him. She never will.